beautiful fellow human beings. Milton is now a Cat 5, and it's not really sure what to prepare for yet, because still a little ways away, so not really sure exactly where it's going to be making landfall. I think I'm going to move this desk and move all the stuff onto this desk. It's not a desk, it's a table. So I could have a little bit more room in here, just in case I have to dig through things and get them off the ground. The last storm that went through this area, I couldn't find any pictures to try to gauge. I just can't get over it. Cat 5, and whew. Also, I'm an idiot. The Cape is where the extinction asteroid hit. That's why it's that round. I don't know why. I don't know. To be totally frank, a little freaked out. And not only for myself, but for everyone I know in Central Florida and on the West Coast. And I'm gonna pull up the radar real quick so I can show you. I've just been going on AccuWeather. I used to use the NOAA app, however, this is it now. And I'll play it. And Florida's only 100 miles wide, so anything really that hits either coast is cause for concern. Really, really big boy. But all I could do is just keep a track of it, and I don't know. I don't think I'm anywhere near an evacuation area. However, again, the wind is really what I'm most concerned about, because even regular little storms that blow through knock a lot down, and not a lot of wind protection across the canal. It's an expanse of grasslands, and wind rips, barrels through. And I'm trying to find a tracker. I had it open on that phone. Category 5, man. Hope there's no fishermen out there. Alright, so some areas show it going a little north, and I'm trying to find the most recent, 28 minutes ago. Wednesday in the Tampa Bay area. And as talking to one of Lefty Kray's children, I still can't get over that. That's life shifting for me personally. And they're in the direct path. And Fairsyth and Strateroon, I believe is gonna get battered a bit. And yeah, let me pull this up. Oh man, just really don't know what to too. Hi from Indonesia. Very nice. Ooh. Thank you, Nasaya. Got a big storm coming. And, Category 5 already. This morning, woke up to it being a Cat 4. And, soul sunk a little bit. But within the last hour, I'd say, Cat 5 status. And, still not too sure where it's going to be making direct landfall. However, the entire state is on high alert right now. And the last few days, the whole state has been covered in rain clouds. Like when you looked on radar, the whole state. And so the ground's already very wet. And I don't know how much rain a lot of these areas can take. I mean, was it last year or the year before where Fort Lauderdale Airport flooded? It looked like an ocean. And more concrete, less places to drain. And I believe in UK, do they call it the Green Belt Initiative, where in between city blocks there'll be patches of forest? That really needs to be required here, because the more developments, the more concrete is laid, the less area the rain has to soak up, and it pushes to a different area. And Florida's flat. Florida is pretty dang flat, flatter than me. But I just I don't know where all the water is gonna go, because it seems like it's gonna be another wet storm, and yikes. So keeping just like my mind a little active, I trying to save up $70 because some of Lefty Cray's tools and some of his hand-tied flies are being sold, and I really don't want to miss out on that. That is, I couldn't imagine. And some flies also, to have them framed would be ridiculous. And so, as Diddy. I'm wondering, like, haven't seen anything about, I mean, like, haven't seen, like, any footage of him ever since that, or the arrest footage anyway. Been keeping up on it a little bit. I don't really have a choice. It's all over the place, but just still can't believe it. My mom made me sit through so many of those dang award ceremonies. And, ooh. So, trying to pick up this desk a little bit. Trying to keep all this. I read that you could use Marabou for dubbing. I haven't succeeded in it because it just flies. It's so fine, it's so soft. It's one of those things, like, even touching it, you can't feel it. And I have some individual sequins here that are perfect for pupils. Don't want to lose those. Everyone counts. Man, I really wanted to get some canoeing in, but I think I have a good week before I could go down there. And Thomas Nathaniel has not showed up again, so he's either they put a separator in the canoe. They're doing a lot of construction on it. Not exactly sure what. However, it's probably the best time now than ever to go back there, because, excuse me, the stocked fishing ponds are miles and miles from the entrance. However, you could get in through the side, and getting in through the side, it's not a paved road, but a dirt road, and easy to traverse. Don't need waterproof shoes just yet, and they got all kinds of things. I'm not very familiar with freshwater fishing, so I've never caught a peacock bass, but that's one of many dreams in that regards. I just think they're one of the most beautiful. The coloring is really gorgeous, and I want to see if they like any of the things that I made so far, because then I could tweak it. And thankfully I got the underwater camera case with the stick, so I'll be able to film. Even though I won't be able to swim, I'll be able to film to see exactly how the stuff moves. And I mean, I don't know if you could swim back there. It's really tempting. I swam a little bit at Riverbend in Jupiter. Really nice canoeing, kayaking back there. I think it was Dorian or something. One of the storms had it shut down for, God, over a year. And the spamdemic didn't help. Nobody could get back there to clear it. But it's gorgeous. And it has a clear flow, so you feel like you're on a moving river. And, well, it's a river. But in, like, this area, I feel like that's kind of hard to find. There's Loxahatchee River, and that'll lead you to Trapper Nelson's. If you don't know about Trapper Nelson is a Florida legend. He pretty much made his own zoo out in the swamp, and massive gators. He was like 7 feet tall or something. Let me see. Trapper Nelson. It was found no longer existing. And there's a few theories about it. But Trapper Nelson. A long time dream to go see that cabin of his out there. It's still there. Colored shot. Really cool. And it was 6'4". He was found with a shotgun wound, but it's one of Florida's greatest mysteries as well as greatest legends. And I want to try to show a picture of the cabin. Really cool. Isn't that incredible? Kind of reminds me of something that you'd see on the Mississippi. Which I've never been, however. Yet another dream spot to check out. I really, really want to try to fish or crawdads or crawfish. Seafood boils are pretty much my favorite, like peak meal. I'm no good at them. I haven't tried in a long time. My parents' neighbors were from Louisiana, and every single day they had something different simmering on their stove that was just indescribable, incredible food. And Scary Larry. I just can't help but want to pass time, because it's that like standstill, like pre-storm standstill, because for the last day or two they were showing, I mean, that cone that you see on the news, sometimes it'll have a line in it, but that line is relatively meaningless. The cone itself is, it could go any which way in that cone. That's why they call it the cone of uncertainty. And let's see if I can find some news real quick. "160-mile-per-hour winds. I hope no one's on the Gulf." Last storm that went through the Gulf, can't remember the name. That's Sterling Glover. He was a young man that fell off of a commercial fishing vessel, which it was kind of just like, you know, regular fishing boat. and he was never found, and they weren't able to search for him until the storm cleared. And I know a lot of fishermen stay out until the last bit, balls of steel. However, it gets real bad, and the Gulf is so just interesting. It's shallow for the longest. Like, we're from the East Coast, so when my dad and I took his boat out there, we got stuck on so many sandbars. It was all fun though. You can't just pull it out. But when he lost his wallet, which had all of the cash he had, because he took it out of the ATM, lost his wallet, lost his glasses, and I tried to swim for him, to swim for the glasses, but here the ocean is sand. I mean, you'll find patches of, like, plant life. It's sandy. The inlets are different, but in the ocean itself, very sandy, and, until you hit reef and, like, stuff like that. But, anywho, out there, there's so much plant life, and, trying to swim and look for glasses, it was a treat. I had a good time. I did not succeed though, which, depressed me a little bit. I could usually find things quite well. So my mom said I was one. I had my ears pierced when I was a baby, and I guess one of my earrings fell out, and my mom was tearing apart the house, and I found it in the rug. And it's a very proud moment of mine, apparently. But anywho, I made another fly last night, just a really simple one. And, I think I already showed this one. I'm just trying to make really simple ones and fill my tackle box so then I don't have to worry about losing things. And I didn't use the good peacock curl. I call it good because this is what came with the fly tying material box. Look at that beautiful color. The iridescence, the different hues of greens and blues, it's spectacular. But I want to wait until my skulls are a little better until I break into that. So I was using just pieces from peacock feathers that I found locally. In Lantana near High Ridge, there's a lot of wild peacocks. So gave it a silver body and marabou tail with a little bit of peacock curl. And my hope is that when it's swimming, this stays kind of rigid, like the back of a fish. Not necessarily like a spine or a fin, but like a nice stripe. And there's that one. And this is the one that I'm probably most excited about. I haven't used any of the weighted beads that I have. Well, it's a tungsten bead. And just kind of been keeping them until I get a little better, because come the time that I could tie a little bit more efficiently, I don't want to be out of materials, and materials are quite hard to come by out here. I mean, there's the internet, but the internet is very vast, and it's really hard to kind of decipher which things I should focus on first. I do have a short list, like, gonna try to get this after the storm passes. And got 3. So going to make a bunch of deceivers, A for gifts and B so I could trial and error. And when you fish from piers, the people are just great. They're really great. And for conversation, to learn things, to learn of different fish and different preparations. And I always like to have something that I could give. And so I thought deceivers, ideal, perfect tying. So I found only 16 left. Hairline, large, northern bucktail, and chartreuse. And which chartreuse is such a great, vibrant color, and I really deeply appreciate the appreciation for it in the realm of fishing, as well as pink. And some saddle hackle And there was another type of feather that you use in, oh, what is it called? But white saddle hackle, tinsel flashabou, and bucktail chartreuse. And then just focus on making one fly at a time. And so hoping to make a few of those, and then as well as ship some out and to get some real world feedback and see what I have to tweak and stuff like that. I want these things to work. And yeah. Just a little freaked out, honestly. Ain't no shame in that. Category 5, and it's barreling right the same. Southeast Florida, however, really far inland, and a lot of areas out here I feel are prone to flooding. I haven't experienced a big storm out here yet, but the small storms, the wind is unobstructed, and that's one thing that I'm worried about. And Cat 5. And then on top of that, all the people that haven't recovered in the least, and they're about to get hit again. And I'm a little bit south, I guess like southeast of Lake Okeechobee. Let me see exactly. I'm right at the border of Martin County, essentially. And okay, so at the southern tip of Lake Okeechobee and west of that. North of Marshall. And west of West Palm. And I just don't know what to expect, and that drives my whole being just haywire, because tomorrow should be a little rough weather-wise, but then Wednesday, whatever happens, happens. And my uncle is on the West Coast. My aunt is on the East Coast. Illegitimate aunt, however, closer with her than most of my family, and just a little worried about that, because I don't think she has anybody up there. Well, I just can't wait for this thing to pass, and know everyone is alright, because I don't think that's anyway. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day, and anyone in Florida, you know, I would love to know what you are expecting. See that hump where Merida is? Do you think that'll push the storm like this way? Or do you think it's so far off the coast it doesn't really matter, it's just gonna keep going? And that's where the meteor struck. I kept calling it something else, I don't remember. Not good. Not good. Not good. I'm trying to relearn guitar again. I can only pick with 2 fingers. wish I could play it. It's Mason Jennings, modern like folk music, and great songwriter. Been trying to find more storytellers. Silver Juice, Mason Jennings, and Elliott Smith, of course. Really finding some good bank music. Like, been trying to get music on my phone that I don't need internet to load, so I could have some out there. I always forget everything when I bring it out. So, song. No Tucker. My friend Roberta taught me the chords anymore. Tried to play harmonica yesterday with it, but that is a little harder than I thought. I know one song on it. It's Burn Codes thing, but I can't remember it. It was the only song I could play on it was there's a band called Brian Jonestown Massacre, and God, a long time ago I used to go and play it. There was a song called Ballad of Jim Jones. I used to play that for the homeless people at the square. I don't know why I put this on. But really nice. It's a really old harmonica too. It was gifted by Code, which It's really sick. I could hardly believe it. And then see, I'll try again. No. Yeah, it's gonna be then I found a DVD called Dig. I forgot where, but I was in middle school at the time, so yes, it changed my life a little bit. Wild childs. Whew, I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. I mean, it is a beautiful day, even given the circumstances. And you know, I can't use a pick at all. Like, I try. I think it's because it makes it very loud, and I'm always playing like by myself in a corner somewhere. But I can never use picks, and they fly out of my hand, and I can't seem to get them to sound good. I've tried stiff picks, soft picks, feet pick. I'm just kidding. But yeah, for some reason, but definitely out of practice. I pick it up every so often, and I mainly like having it to bring out and about because I'm so used to not having cell service, and before out here, like I went 5 years without a cell phone. It's probably one of the reasons why I didn't start a channel sooner. I just was really determined to not stay on it. I've been on the internet a little too much lately. But, yeah, my phone got stolen when I was looking for a job at the beach. I went 5 years without one. Best 5 years of my life. Hello, Overlander. Let me make sure you didn't. Hello, shows Edgar. Or, oops. Edgar, my bad. Hello, Yen, BW, Loki. How have you been? Hope everyone's doing really good. Dream Pets, right on. Lee B. Dandy Maldini. I bet the fishing is excellent in Indonesia. Holy. Hello, hello, Jason. Jason Riley. How have you been? Or how are you? How are you doing today? Here in Southeast Florida, inland Southeast Florida, a little west of Okeechobee, Lake Okeechobee, and got a Category 5 hurricane on the way, and so my focus is even more. Yeah. Woke up, well, last night it was a Category 3, woke up, it was a Category 4, and then within the last hour or so, Category 3, Category 5, 160 mile an hour winds. I hope everyone is, hunkered down. I just don't know what to expect, and it's driving my mind nuts, because even if it pushes north, there's so many dang people up there, and the whole state is under pretty high alert. Water limits here, propane's gone, and managed to get a bag of charcoal and some tuna fish. Pretty excited, honestly, for a storm sandwich. And out here is well water also, so if and when the power goes out, there's no water, and so do have to get a little bit more water than one might usually get, but there's limits, so we just usually have a ton of water anyway. Dogs, well water, a bunch of reasons to have a hoard of water, and it doesn't go to waste. Focus. Oh, is it blurry? Might have something on the camera. I've been in and out. I'm still relatively new to this phone. It's not my... Like, there's a few little things that are just... that bug me about it. It's, like, I use the copy and paste or select all function pretty much mostly on the phone. And, I just don't know where to click to get select all to appear. It's an iPhone. I'm used to Androids. And, because they're plastic. You could drop them. They're fine. That is glass, and it scares the shit out of me, honestly. And, so I got leather, real leather. So, it'll look nicer as it gets dingy. And, it has a bunch of natural shock absorption. And, won't fall apart. Morteza. It's not my room. This was a storage room, and then I kind of took it over to be a little creation station of sorts. And pretty much everything I make and have made in the last few years have been in this room. And definitely need some organizing. I was gonna do that today. I really wanted to get this full, which almost. And then, I want to show, because I hate when I do that. When I look down at the camera, it's freaking dramatic. It took me years to make a channel, right? I've probably said I wanted to make a YouTube channel for a good freaking 15 years. Got a nice little candy stick. But slowly filling up. Got shown Schminnows. Well, I should say Schminnow attempts. I'm not sure if they're proper. These aren't mono eyes. They're steel ball eyes that I painted black and sealed with resin. And it made them much bigger. And slowly getting to where at least I could apply the saddle hackle. It's not the best. However, practice makes progress, not necessarily perfection. This one's still my favorite. I like I don't have Flashaboo or tinsel yet, but I used this. And this stuff, this is from the early 2000s, and this stuff is brilliant. Even just tying some on your hook for some added flash, even if you're using bait. And I got this stuff, that's what was on this little guy. Really nice. Oh, I could finally show with better camera. This is the original color of these feathers I've been using for saddle hackle, which the proper saddle hackle looks much different. However, nice and leggy looking. I'm not sure if that's the objective. However, all these colors, it was just this purple. All that is from Sharpie. And even wiping them with a damp rag, no bleeding. I'm sure if I really went hard, I could get it to bleed. However, that sounded really weird. I got myself in it. And this chenille is the stuff I've been working with. It's not very thick. And, really good for... This was just some materials I got off Amazon. And a lot of it came in the same thing. Like, look at these legs. Legs for days. Hey. Can't wait to get better at shrimp. I was going to try to make the EP crab last night and the night before. I just... don't know. A little wrecked. I just can't get over it. And one of my friends from like a chat group we had for a while, it's in Asheville, and my childhood really close friend is up there, and they're unable to get back to their house. And Oh, I do want to show this again because they're all dry and I made some more. Oh, yeah, it's been a minute. So. Okay. These are the fish heads. They came out so good. And in my opinion, they're too big for any of the hooks that I have. Some float, some sink, and they're not done. I plan on stealing them when I add them to hooks, but I don't really know how to add them. I keep meaning to do smaller ones, but too many things. I really don't know what I should be working on. I wish I could get this working. This is really neat. It's a world radio, but I can't get it working. It's got such a monster antenna. And you can see the channels. Oh. Why is it like that? Oh my god, the screws were not replaced. This is why sometimes you just have to like not... Ugh, the screws weren't replaced. I can't. Well, this is it. World radio. It had screws in the back, but they were not replaced. I gotta figure out how to get screws that fit this. I'm just man, it really sucks. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Nice read. Thank you. That's one of my favorite things that I've been able to come across, and I really want to get a working one. I think that is one of the most useful devices that I have. It's such a shame that it doesn't work. Thank you, Morteza. I do take that as a compliment. Let me try to get this little centered. I have these big bins. Maybe I should move these. I got EP fiber, which they're any doll makers. I really do feel like it's perfect Barbie here. See a lot of people taking apart dolls and then turning them into genuine pieces of art. Because acetone, you could wipe off the makeup. I don't know how people are able to make two identical eyes painting. That is just wild. For the longest time, actually, I was watching nail art because they have so many different sculptable mediums and different pigments and powders. So many supplies. And I think it would be like the so like nail art, using those tools, supplies, and techniques to make flies, because they're like doing full sculptures. It's wild, a little out of control, quite frankly. I'm just kidding, but the art itself, wow. And sculptures, it's this powder. It's a powder, and you dip your brush in this solvent or solution, and then you dip that into the powder, and depending on how much of the liquid is in the brush, that's how much powder it's gonna pick up. I forgot what it's called already. It is magic. Absolutely magic. Please do not tell the church. I don't want to get them in trouble. But it's absolute magic. It's and the way they sculpt, and most of it's UV curable. And wow, for scales, for ridges, fins, I try to like watch it like this, because the last thing I need is more craft supplies on my wish list, because there's a lot of incredible material and supplies out there. And alright, I grab some water. Important to stay hydrated. Let me get this quick, because I gotta switch the water out. Give them my cup. I think that's the good one, because I can usually see the hat when I tip it, or usually in the stream. 175 mile per hour winds. I'm gonna see what the category is. So category 5 hurricane wind speed. Okay. So it registered as 155 mile per hour at 10 today, 10 a.m. And it's just, alright, 157 mile per hour per grade or greater. But it's 100 and a lot. 175. God, that's almost pushing past hurricane categories, wind speed. That's really immense. So it's like a 26-mile-an-hour difference. So it's almost pushing past the, it's 18 mile per hour difference. That is really intense. Man. And like the other fear too is the cold front pushing downwards and pushing the storm closer to my area, which I can't stand this feeling, like almost feels a little guilty, like saying, oh, I hope it goes north, because it's just, but I think that's just a natural thing to say and not anything negative is meant by it, but it's immense. 179 miles per hour? 175 miles per hour. Oh, okay. Storm is now about 700 miles from the state, and this is 2:18, so like 45 minutes ago, give or take. Hurricane Milton strengthened to a Category 5 powerhouse Monday. This is USA Today. Driving sustained winds of 175 miles per hour as it rolled across the Gulf of Mexico, bound for what could be devastating, or a devastating crash along Florida's already storm-battered western coast. Milton explosively intensifies with 175 mile per hour winds, the National Hurricane Center said in its 2 p.m. Eastern Time advisory, urging Florida residents to heed the advice of the local officials. The storm is now about 700 miles from the state, rapidly strengthened from Category 2 to 5. So Category 2 to 5 in just a few hours. Monday. Angels don't play this harp, do they? Can't help but think of that book. In high school, I was given a book called Angels Don't Play This Harp, Advances in Tesla Technology. And I haven't been the same ever since. The center has issued a hurricane watch, or has, okay, well, alright. And coming from the west, I'm so used to seeing them from the east, so I don't, and it goes through that channel when it comes to the east, and then usually gets pushed, and like that. And, but this is coming from the west, and it has just an unobstructed path of warm waters with colder air pushing down, and, immense. Really, Morteza? That is indescribable. That's incredible. Fishing gears, as in like, what goes into that? That's wild. Fishing for me is one of the peak human activities, and it's so ingrained in us. And Southeast Florida, it's definitely a water culture, and I mean, we have incredible waters here at the Atlantic, and I could eat the kingfish here. And I know the West Coast, it's not advised to eat kingfish. That's what I've always heard anyway. Mercury levels. And it's hard to live so inland. However, making the best of it. Been slowly checking into a wildlife management area called J.W. Corbett. Huge, hundreds and hundreds of acres of stocked ponds, wetlands. Got the map here. It's a little ways away, but it's worth it. It's closer than the coast. I have to move this a little bit. Just get back out here. I was hoping I'd have a rocket stove by now. Been trying to make a outdoor, Been trying to make an outdoor cooking setup, and I found a $90 rocket stove, which is ideal. Really wanted to make one. All I want is like a cylinder to burn wood in and to have a wok on top so it has a round bottom. Then I could fry any size anything in it and using minimal oil. That's the plan anyway. And like the round bottom, any size fish could be in that, and minimum oil because of the displacement will, I feel like, work in my favor. So this is part of it. It's huge. And I have only made it this far. And this is where the fishing along these camps, there's a lot of the fishing back there. I'm thinking about entering it from one of the sides to ease up the trekking through pure wild Florida. Here's where all the vultures hang out at the kiosks where the gut piles are. And marshy, swamp, grasslands. You got pine flatwoods. I'll read the descriptions so I don't farce it up. Pine flatwoods. These airy pine forests once dominated much of the arc of uplands from West Palm Beach to Miami. Cabbage palm, saw palmetto, and wax myrtle grow underneath the light shade. Fresh marsh / wet prairies. This plant community supports a variety of water-loving species, including sawgrass, maiden cane, St. John's wort, pickerel weed, and a number of rushes. Which rush is forest uplands. Here and there grow woody strands of cabbage palms, oaks, bay, pond apple, strangler fig, and maple trees. A blend of temperate and tropical species, air plants, ferns, orchids adorn the trunks, and tropical stoppers. Wild lime and wild coffee fill in the understory. And forested wetlands. Bald cypress trees dominate this plant community, mixed with willow and wax myrtle. Air plants and orchids are commonly found here. Really, really nice. And yeah, the fires, they do a lot of controlled burns out there. It smells fantastic. And finally there was one, I think I posted a short, there was one right down the street on this side, and I was able to go up and talk to the people. I was like, this is the best job ever, and they're like, yep. And yeah, it's really, really something else back there. Waiting until it gets a little cooler, then could bring a little pop-up tent. They're a little pricey, so I've been trying to wait for one used on eBay. Maybe someone's Christmas gift that they don't think they'll use. Cabela's have, and they're not the only one that makes them, is a cot tent. Somewhere have. Really neat. Perfect for Florida. Perfect for anywhere, really. I just, for some reason, never seen them before. Check that out. That is ideal. Don't even need a tent. Just a place to, like, get out of mosquitoes and rest your head overnight. And, really nice. And they have larger ones. They have 2-people ones, which you could just use as a proper little tent. And I think it's real nice. I was looking up deer stands, because in Corbett there's a sign that says report any abandoned deer stands. And I got me to thinking, like, how do they bring the deer stands out? Because when I see them, big old ladder, really sick. I want one so bad. It'll be really, really cool. Just to, I don't hunt or anything, I fish, but just to have like a safe spot to run up in case boars or gators, and just to be able to see everything. It's very flat, so you can only see so far unless you get some height. Really neat. I don't know how I would put one up though. They do have like ones that kind of look like a lifeguard tower. Those are really sick, and it would be so sick to have it over the wetlands. And so many things to do on this planet, I swear. Thank you, Morteza. Oh, thank you, thank you. Alright. I'm honestly just happy to be here. High active auroral frequencies. I do. I'll look it up right now. High. God, my brain is just fried right now. I can't describe it. I keep meaning to pick up coconut oil. I picked up peanut oil. I don't know much about it, and I like a lot of butter. However, needed something to keep out. Doesn't need refrigeration, and could get a large amount of it. And it was in between that and essentially canola or vegetable oil. I wasn't really sure what to pick because when it gets cooler, I really try to stay outside as much as possible. And this time I want to solidify my outdoor cooking kit, and because like I'm also not used to a lot of the nature preserves. You know, you can't touch anything, no fires, obviously, no camping, and that kind of thing, which gorgeous hiking, gorgeous walking, and plant IDing. However, Corbett, you could be a little bit more free in there, and really want to master that aspect because then you could pretty much be anywhere. And there's so many wild edibles, and so much fish, and oh yeah, active. Oh, that's fantastic. That's it. I think I still have the book. Where would that be? I know I still have it. Let me just, it's gonna drink. Haven't really picked it up since I was in high school. Huh, I do still have it. I haven't picked this up in a minute. For the last few years, kind of been hoarding books, trying to make a study of sorts. Got books for just about every subject. For some reason, don't have one on insects, but soon enough. I don't rent a lot of books. I pretty much will try to find what I want in thrift shops or yard sales or a lot of shops on eBay. It'll be buy 2 books, get 1 free, and the books are like $4. And trying to really, God, it's kind of nerve-wracking, honestly. Think about flooding and books. But always wanted to study. The cell service and the internet is not guaranteed out here, and it's really nice having hard copies of things to be able to find exactly what you're thinking about. And why isn't the chart coming up? Used to use a lot of ghee, and it just got too pricey. And now Publix sells tiny little jars for $12.99, and I used to just get it at the Indian market because you could get a big old jar of it, and that lasts a long time. And it's just clarified butter, so really it's really easy to make, and smells like cheese. Honestly, doesn't taste like cheese, but it does smell like cheese. Oh no, you're good. You're good. This phone has been acting really, well, not acting weird, just a little getting used to. I'm trying to not drink so many monsters, but I don't know. I don't know. They do sponsor COD, which is pretty nice. I haven't tried Black Ops at all, so I really do want to try that. I wonder if it's on there. I haven't really explored it at all. I do quick games. My friend was like, how is someone so into COD and not know anything about gaming? But that's literally it. Okay. Oh, there is Black Ops? Black Ops. No way! It's just here. Oh, pre-order. What? How much is that? Is this it? Downloads. Black Ops pre. I don't get it. How much does that say? $100! Ain't no way! Ain't no way! $100. I'm fine with my quick games. I could play from here. Been trying to use it to train my eyes, cause almost to the point. Well, I keep forgetting to get eye drops so I could keep my eyes open longer. But almost to the point where I could just focus on the center of the screen and hit targets without moving my eyes so much, and using like peripherals and stuff like that. And I think that's pretty dang good for real world, especially like in the swamps and stuff where you're trying to make sure you're not tripping on things, but you're also trying to keep an eye out on and around the area. Purgatoritis, that's it. And it's helping my eyes a little bit. Sometimes I spend a little too much time at a desk, and my eyesight definitely notices. And like, so I've been trying to look at clouds and switch my view from like close up to background. Good eye exercise, and yeah, it really helps. And quick thinking, strategizing within a moment, stuff like that. I know people give it some flack for those skins getting a little silly. However, I don't have no problem with that. You know, the whole Nicki Minaj thing, like, made one of the players just a little easier to aim at and notice, like a bright pink booty and Call of Booty. But I don't mind that at all. And some of the skins are really hard to see unless you notice the red like name on top of someone. I really like it, and it's the only game I could really play. Before that, I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Orange. Origins. I don't know why, but that is just, it got a little, it's so expansive, and it was really fun because at that time it was really, I go through Egyptology phases that just watch a bunch of documentaries, I guess, and it was really sweet how much work that they put into it. However, it's not live, and it just like it was a time eraser, and this I could just pop on for a quick game, not get lost in it. In the morning, it used to take me so long to wake up, but now I instantly throw myself in a game, and it's only a few minutes, and bam, awake, and stuff like that. And then before that, it was PS1 Tomb Raider. Like, I haven't really played any games for the majority of my life, and all good things have to come to an end. I'm just kidding. But definitely haven't gotten much done in the last few days. I'm sure I should move this table. I just this is a storage room slash just crafting area, so there's a lot on the floor. Like, this is my great grandma's ironing board. It's really neat. And it's good for sleeving and stuff. It's a little dusty. Wood. More stools. Probably shouldn't be on the floor. Just don't know where to start. And yeah. Usually it was like a team effort, kind of, within family and friends. However, out here there is not many people. I don't know anybody out here. I did try to make some friends, but the events are so far and few between, so if you miss it, you gotta like wait till the next month. And little garden meetups. This shouldn't be on the floor. I just don't know what to expect, and I really haven't gone through the storm out here yet. Like, what if I know what to expect? And people really come together. I don't know how much that's changed with so many new people, but just, and I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm really worried about the wind. Excuse me. That is a really good deal for coconut oil. One tiny Publix brand jar here is $10. I used to have to get it for Blue, put it in his food. So that's a chart map for the coast here, and that tells you the depth of the water. I have one here, a little close up, and you can print them too. And it's really neat actually. You could go to NOAA, and they have digital charts. Oh, this is the updated one. For my area, they have them for every bit of coast, but you can see, and it's not only good for, well, they're actually not supposed to be used for navigation, for fishing, but even for diving or for underwater photography, because it tells you where the wrecks are, and for some reason I can't seem to see any. Wrecks. Why can't I see any wrecks? There's a ton right here. Oh, there's a different symbol that's being used on this one. No? This is what I've been studying with. Weird. Okay, well, I finally found ah! Don't know if you could see that. Kind of looks like, let's see, right here. That's what you'd look for wrecks. And to fish on those, it means structure, so tons of life down there. And really nice views. A lot of the wrecks turn to reefs. And this is Peanut Island. That's where very much swim the most. It's always good swimming. Rip currents have been really intense along the coast lately, and I really like to relax down there. And there's plenty of other things you gotta keep an eye out. So it just feels nice and protected, so you could focus on the species rather than, you know, if you're being pulled out. Because, yeah, I've been in a rip current where you could clearly feel it, but usually you don't feel it. You just see the land get smaller and farther. And then you gotta swim in an angle and do that whole thing, which I always had a mask on. I usually don't go in the ocean without a mask, so ain't no thing. Just can't panic, because if you run out of energy, you're pretty screwed, unfortunately. There's the original Coast Guard station, and that's where I really, really want to get, but haven't been able to make it out there. My friends live right there. I call them my friends now because I'm deeply in love with them all. There was a houseboat, a structure for sale, and it's one of my favorite things in that area. I dream of living on that pretty much daily. It's 2 stories. It's a 2-story house floating right by Peanut Island. And it was for sale. I was like, hey, I cannot afford to buy this, but I could rent it. How much would it be? Long story short, they were like, come on by. And went, checked it out. Really cool people. House full of hippies, just living on the ocean and in between boats and sailboats. Really, really cool. And they decided on keeping it. They're just fighting with the city, trying to stay. And, oh God, I wonder how they're gonna fare. But that's pretty... depends on where the storm's going. It's gonna produce a lot of rain and wind regardless. But yeah, chart maps. They're really, really useful, and not only for navigation or fishing, but for diving, all kinds of things. And it even has dive sites on all these red flags are dive sites. And the soundings in this, I believe, are it has to be, right? No, because that's not 60 feet. Some of the depth markers will be in fathoms or feet. Fathoms, you just times it by 6 to get it in feet. But I think the soundings are in feet on this. Playground. Isn't that sick? It's a wreck. Just entitled Playgrounds. That's the kind of thing that makes my soul sing. Can't wait to get out there. My dad's boat, there's just a few things. His back is too bad to man it himself. So I'm trying to get little sticky grips onto it, because it is just sitting there. And can't get no fish in that. North Sea, no way. Code Lock, you'll see him in chat. He's from Scotland. He actually just went and visited again. And the North Sea is intense. I mean, the North Sea is intense. It's one of my favorite rabbit hole, like, not rabbit hole, but videos. Like watching, I can't find the original posters of the videos, however, a channel for like sleeping, like relaxing things to sleep to, have a few videos of freighter ships, like 8 hours, and sometimes they'll just have that on in the background. It's really nice. I love the sound of metal groaning and the ocean in general. And my dad, my whole life was a fisherman. Just a small, before he had a North American boat, which they only made him, I think, for like 10 years. And it cut through waves like nothing. It was incredible. It's got a nice lip to it, so you stay dry on it, and it could really go through waves. And he would leave Monday and come back days and days later. And Lindsay drifted so far out too. He's just relaxing out there, and we saw the oh, what is that called again? On a submarine, the peepers. I saw one of those. Yeah, I should start digging into this book now that I have a little bit more full global sheet. A little bit more wits. Because I haven't picked this up in a long time. I was only half sure I still had it. I have a lot of books. Piles and piles of them. And the only books that are kind of organized are any books on like archaeology and Tesla's Weather Apprentices. Archimedes, 287 to 212 BC, started a long tradition of ambitious engineers who want to make their mark on the world. Give me a long enough lever and a place to stand on, and I will move the earth, Archimedes said. Fortunately, he never found that big tool. More than 20 centuries later, his spirit lives on in the military's engineers. They would like to at least be able to move the upper atmosphere jet stream, changing global weather to one country's advantage. This reminds me of when they're trying to nuke the moon. Oh. Is electromagnetism that tool? Two scientists from the Stanford University Radio Science Laboratory, H.C. Chang and U.S. Iman, are among the experts who offer evidence of what our technology can do to affect the sky by making waves on Earth. And like, I know this sounds like a little far-fetched to most, however, they already do cloud seeding, and have for a really long time. Dubai, a city in the desert, and they have published papers about electron precipitation from the magnetosphere, the outer belts of charged particles which stream towards Earth's magnetic poles. The outer belts, caused by man-made low-frequency electromagnetic waves. 86. Why does it say 86? It says waves.86. These precipitated particles can produce secondary ionization, emit X-rays, and cause significant some things I just have never said out loud. But if you can see, it says waves 86. Where? Waves.86. Interesting. That is mirrored. Wow. Wait. Why am I don't get it. I don't know. Because mirrored. I'm just. Let me check this real quick. I just realized it's another hour. I've been trying to check it every hour. It's a true beast. Really intense. Got a good few hours. I think I'm going to take a few walks outside just to see, make sure in the clear as far as stuff to pick up. Front is pretty good. Just I really just don't know what to prepare for. We'll know more tomorrow, however, then it's the next day. There's our very time I wanted to go fishing is right now. Just a bundle of nerves, quite frankly. Because, not just for me, the whole state. And, all the oh, shoot. That is so cool. They sent me pictures. Check that out. That's Lefty Cray's personal fly tying station. Can't get over it. And I got a few more. Did I save them? Oh, it's on this phone. Dang it. I couldn't believe that's one of the flies that are for sale. Hand tied by Lefty Cray himself. The man, the myth, the legend. That's wild. That is so cool. As well as this, I'm not sure if this is a deceiver or considered a... Hello, Ian King. They have some of Lefty Cray's flies that he tied himself. That's a station. Left it just at this. Very freaking touching. And some of his flies he hand tied are for sale. I would love to get a fly. However, could probably scrounge enough to get like one thing. And I'm thinking trying to get a tool, because then I could use that every single day of my life. A fly would be incredible to have, to learn from. And I like tactical learning, and like being able to learn from these flies hand-tied in Scotland has been a true treat. However, acquiring a tool that I could then use, it would be really really incredible. These are all hand-tied in Scotland, and I'm going to try eventually to recreate these for mosquitoes. They look already very close to mosquitoes. Mosquitoes out here got really big, and it's really nice. Try to get some of this. I believe it's some type of fur. Very rigid, very nice. And you can make these really nice sculptural flies. And then, of course, on this side again is the disco. Incredible. Which these look just like, you know, things they'd use here. Salt water. I haven't called Tuppings yet to see if they'd be interested in holding some flies. I'm just going to give them to them for free. And if they sell, they sell. And if they want more, they want more. And I really wish I could get my saddle hackle a little better. However, I don't really... Oh, it's so soft. I don't know what kind of fur that is, but it is soft. Or feathers. Very soft. I did try to find some bright dye at Publix, because that's the only shop that's around. I could not. They only had like navy and black. I really want to, because if I get some chartreuse dye, then maybe I could just dye the materials as I need them. And I used for a mordant iron liqueur, and mordants just help the fabric contain the dye and keep hold of the dye a little better. And it's actually really easy to make, and it's a tried and true ancient recipe. I don't know when they first started using it. But iron liqueur is really simple. It's 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water, and then you just put any rusty bits in it. Rusty nuts, bolts, screws, anything. Don't know where it went. I just realized I didn't know where that was. It's a giant glass jar full of rusty vinegar. Where would I have put that? I haven't used it in a while, but it doesn't expire. So you can just keep it. And bonus points for looking like witchcraft. It does. It's a little creepy looking. It's a big old rusty jar. Huh. Well, that's a worry for another day. I don't know where that would be. That would be an actual mess if that tipped over. It's a really old jar, so the seals aren't the best. And anyway, but let me actually post the link to that iron liqueur because it's used for many different things, to age wood and to blacken leather. So historically, it's a great site, but really useful. I would love a ferret, honestly. Yeah. Oh, I don't have it on. There's I actually put one in a necklace. It'll take 2 seconds for you to grab. It's so small. I believe like a midge.
Us, Megan.
Very nice. Look how small that is. It was small enough to fit in this bottle. Tiny little. So delicate. I don't know how that was like these are quite small. Oop. These are quite small. Look at that. It is so small. Like individual feather blades, a piece of wire, an impossibly thin thread. Incredible. This one's still my favorite. I thought it was a hedgehog, but it's probably some form of fish. I'm not sure. They do have hedgehogs over there, I believe. Just can't get over that. I have some super, super tiny hooks. And haven't tried. Should pull one out. Okay, I don't even know how to hold it. This is smaller than my smallest sabiki. That's crazy. I don't know what you could do with that. We got tiny little flash. Ooh, no. Oh, boy. I'll be looking for that for an eternity. Whoop. Oh, yay. Definitely the smallest hook I own. That's really tiny. I thought these gold ones were the smallest one. They're also pretty dang small, but they got bait barbs on it. Look at this. This I thought was my smallest and about the smallest as I could get, but nope. Incredible. Found these at Walmart, not too long ago. I haven't tried any yet. I'm kind of attached to them. They're so small. They're $1 a piece. I haven't tried them because out here there's a lot of things to get caught on. That one's my favorite. Very classic. Right? Seriously small. Cannot wait until... I mean, I do have some thread that I feel like is fine. But I'm still not very knowledgeable about the thicknesses of the threads. And all these threads came in the same kit, these ones. But they're all totally different. They act different. They feel different. But they have nothing saying what size they are or anything like that. And I do have like some decent stuff, but I'm trying to gain some skills first. Because I don't know how fast some of this stuff goes. Because I'm quickly running out of marabou. I have a big box of this stuff. However, it's just a box of craft feathers and not a lot of it has that soft. So I've just been using the sides and doing my best to like pinch them, cut them off, and keep them together because they instantly fly apart. But that's what I've been using, the sides of these feathers. I have some proper stuff that came, well, I don't know how proper, but this stuff came in the kit, but it's such a small amount that I'm afraid of wasting it before I know a little bit more about like the objectives for each fly. Because I could make something that looks very similar, but if it's different materials, the looks don't really matter. It's like the movements and stuff like that, and I'm not sure how a lot of this stuff moves until I see it underwater. And I want to do it in the rain barrel, but I want to fish with them, and but could at least study how they move in there. But God, I'm so freaked out. To be totally honest, Category 5, 175 miles an hour wind. The West Coast. It's just that is really intense. So, wow, water's gonna be shut off in Venice, Longboat, Siesta, Casey Keys, and Anna Maria Island. I wonder when the evacuations are gonna start. There's not, I don't know how many highways each state has, however, it doesn't feel like there's many here. And gridlock is really terrifying to me. Like, worst comes to worst, I have a few different spots that I plan, like, well, shelter or safety. Not even for this one, just for storms in general. Because there would be no evacuation here. There's one street that goes in and out to this area, and they have put 3 new developments in of mass housing. One alone produced 40,000 houses in the middle of Florida swamps. Why? This is an agricultural area, and people move out here for horses, for all different reasons. However, a gated community in the middle of the state where the ground migrates, the mosquitoes are uncontrollable, and they don't have any yards. It's just really odd, and they're not like cheap. Like, they're, I think, 900K per unit, give or take. No judgment or anything, it just doesn't make sense to me. It still doesn't. And they're putting in some shops. Shops that don't make much sense though. Like, there's still no Home Depot. One of the only areas I know of in Palm Beach County where people repair their own things, like build consistently. And I know that's everywhere, but a lot of maintenance for stables, for everything. And no Lowe's, no Home Depot, no tool shop. Well, there is one mom and pop shop. It's the only mom and pop shop left. There used to be a liquor store, however, it's now a real estate agent. And And everything else is just like chain stuff. Starbucks. Like 4 Publixes. Still really shocked about that. Within a few miles. 4 Publixes within a few miles. 4 Publixes. Holy trucks. And I know it's ridiculous because usually the local group's a little feisty. But I posted 4 Publixes and a ton of people agreed. And there was like consensus, even if just for a moment. But yeah. 4 Publixes with their weak meat section, their weak seafood section. Not impressed. But, you know, it's not my masterpiece, so I don't know. But there is not much here. Yeah, no, they don't. It feels more Palm Beach County, west, all the way west, and pretty much bordering Martin County, and it just seems like copy and paste. It's like they're putting in these little city centers. They all have the same stuff, and they're only a few miles apart, like a bike ride apart, and like not too far from here is Florida's newest city, where they just kind of built a new city in an existing city. I guess an unincorporated area. All the farms are gone. And the last farm with cows, gone. Gonna be more housing. I think they're putting in a Walmart though. That's what I heard at least a while ago. And I've kind of been a little excited for that because at least there is bulk stuff that could be available. And a camping section, that would be nice. And yeah, it's all strip malls, and it's all the same stuff in each one. It's driving me nuts a little bit. Like, a Hobby Lobby would be great out here, a Home Depot, even a thrift shop, Goodwill, anything. Not a lot of places to get any form of resources. Thank you, Trevor76. It's going to be a wild ride. I'm hoping not. Sometimes, like Dorian was supposed to be, and apologies because I know Dorian did not leave the whole state unscathed, but it did leave this area good enough alone. But was preparing for the worst in that situation. And, ooh, this will be a perfect tail. I really enjoy, if you tie flies or cut feathers for any reason, hair cutting scissors. They cut it without moving the fibers around. Even my sharpest small scissors can't get a cut this clean. Only a few bucks on Amazon. But nice. Look at that. This would be all kinds of chopped apart if I cut it with my small scissors or regular scissors. Absolutely clean. Now I got a tail. Perfectly cut. Just regular hair cutting scissors. These are made by Equinox International. Pretty much just grabbed the cheapest ones with the best reviews. And perfect. And anywho, I should probably eat and get going and just try to pick up stuff and keep an eye out on it and try to gauge. Like, I was trying to find the 100-year flood thing. Every area should have that, a 100-year flood zone, and it should tell you any flooding that happened in the last 100 years. And I've never seen one actually, but I know it exists. But I can't find one. Can't find it. And so I'm gonna continue to try to find that. And if I can't find it, I'm gonna ask my neighbor, who's really knowledgeable about this area. And there's a lot of history about this area. That's really nice. It was actually owned by a Russian farmer, and then he started selling lots. And that's way back in the day. And seeing pictures of the canals being installed was a huge treat. And I call it the Nile. I love that canal. And after the storm, God willing, everything is good. I'm putting that canoe in so quick because the water level is going to be super high. I love when it's high like that because then you can get on the bank a lot easier. And yeah, so anyway, hope y'all have a beautiful rest of the day. Might hop on again, might not. Gonna, you know, kind of enjoy the last little bit of calm before whatever happens. And yeah, hope y'all have a beautiful day. Thank y'all for joining. And never hesitate if you have any tips, tricks, or just cool things that you enjoy on this planet. Feel free to recommend them. Planet is full of like this planet is full of like the coolest shit I've ever seen. Every time I say that is. But anyway, happy trails and yeah. And if you do play Call of Duty, please do feel free to squad up because I think it would be still very clever to stream just conversations and strategizing, and it's cheesy. I get it. Podcast. Codcast. I think it's a good one. Happy trails, gonna eat, wake myself up a little bit more, and try to get in touch with my parents, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, happy trails, love y'all, and everything good. Oh, let that sit for a second.
Why don't they call the robot Milton?
Shit, category 5. Not good. Happy trails, beautiful fellow human being.